Hi and welcome to today's pick a card, pick a pile reading. And it's a pick a card, pick a pile because there are 3 cards for each pile you see here. Of course, if you already know which one from the thumbnail or the timestamps, you can skip right through and click on the video you would like to see, or you can stay here and listen. Here is the first 3 cards in the first pile, and we have the next 3 cards in the second pile, in pile number 2. And in the third pile out here we have the next 3 cards once more. So, and I'm using the Mystical Shaman Oracle by COLETTE, BARON-REID, Alberto Villaldo and Marcelo Lobos, and they are illustrated by Gina della Grottaglia. I'm not quite sure if that's pronounced correct. It sounds sort of Italian. I'm not that fluent in how to pronounce that. So please forgive me. Anyway, it's the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and from Colette BARON-REID and Alberto Villaldo. And I really love to work with these cards. I can hardly show you some of the images. If you have watched some of my other videos, you would have probably met this card deck before, because that is one of my favorite ones. I also very much, from the Oracle cards, love to work with the spirit animal also, but this one I like. And today it's the 1st of April, and if you're watching this video already today, you might think, oh, it is an April Fool and all of that. No, it's not. On the other hand, however, it's just been new moon, or it is still new moon. Earlier this morning it was exact, so the moon was pitch black, and we were not able to see it from here, from the earth. And that is very much about the energy of now we're starting fresh, beginning a new cycle, so to speak, for planting new ideas, beginning all sort of beginnings is extra good at new moons. Setting intentions are also a very good thing doing in the new moons, and a very good advice about setting intentions if you like something to happen is to set the intention for how you're going to feel, not be too fixated on the form of how and what, but more about how it's going to make you feel. That is I have found that is good advice that I've taken I've used that myself, and I find it very useful. And I got it from one of the authors here, Colette BARON-REID. It's probably other people that find that is the way to do it. I'm not that much into manifesting, but I find it seems logical. You set the intentions for have this feeling, and then you sort of set the form a little bit more free, and then you will, because as an example, if you would like a new job, well, is it truly a new job, or is it because you really would like to have some different sorts of what's the word in English, some different sorts of work assignments and stuff. So one way, of course, is to get a new job. You could also set the intentions of being able to work in other areas, in other ways and with other methods. And then maybe you are offered a course in the current job, or promotion, or they're taking in some different kind of assignments that you are getting. So it's not necessarily to say, I want a new job. It's about what is the true background of your intention. And well, that was a little bit off course, and then maybe again not, because it's not only the new moon today, it's also the first of the month, so also a beginning in a way. and then, well, I'm watching this in the middle of a month, I'm watching this in the ending of a month, and it's not at all a new moon when I'm watching it. Well, I always set the intention for my readings that when you as a viewer watch the video that you have chosen, then there will be message in it for you at any given point in time, due to the synchronicity of things. So of course when I'm doing the video, there are lots of energy from the new moon and the first of the month and all that stuff, and how the energies are anyway. So that of course is very potent around these days, but there will be messages anyway. If you watch it at some other time, there will be messages in it for you that you can relate to. So let's get to the choosing of the piles, and I usually advise to use your intuition and how it feels right for you. You might already have chosen, that's fine. If not, we here have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. It's also quite okay to feel drawn to more than one pile. Then I usually recommend to watch the pile you feel drawn to the most first, and the other or others afterwards, because there will be either more in the first video for you, or an important thing for you to know before you watch the other video or videos. So let's get on with it, and see you in timestamps, and bye for now. Hi, and welcome back to those of you who chose card and pile number 1. I'm going to adjust the camera just a little bit here. I think that's about right. Yes, and the 3 cards here for you is the Sacrifice, and the Rainbow, and the Moon. The Rainbow are in the medicine mode, so it has a little bit of different interpretation, and I'm primarily going to talk about this as like it was not just 3 different cards, like first I talk about this, and then I talk about this, and I talk about this. I'm going to talk about it, the picture as a whole picture, so to speak, with of course a little details around each card also. So again, that is the right way to do this. And here in the middle card, here it's important to begin with the middle card today, this time, because it has this message of the importance of if you've been chasing, you know, certain goals in your life, because maybe oh, I would really like this bigger place to live, or this job over there because it pays better, and or I think I want like my neighbor, my brother, or my friend, because he or she that's better, so I want that. This card, when it's upside down here in the medicine mode, it means that it's important that you sort of stop changing after the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, because it's not at the end of the rainbow. The pot of gold is right at home, so to speak. It's in you, it's within you. The values are within you. It's about opening your eyes and mind, and especially your heart, to see what you already have, and to see and notice that your life and the way that you are living, and your wishes, just I'm going to sorry, that is the right way for you, and feel grateful for what you have. You know, it's very much about that when it's this way around. And it's connected to the two other cards in the way that the sacrifice card is very much about, it's not about sacrificing, even though it's called sacrifice, it's not about sacrificing a lot of money or sacrificing your job or leave your partner or, you know, sacrifice all your free time and spare time of things that you love. That's not about it. It's about giving thanks to the universe. It's about, from the place of your heart, giving something that you feel is precious to you and offer that to the world, to the universe. It can be, if your time is precious, you can offer that to help in your neighborhood, for instance, or you can help in other ways by donating some of your time, for instance. That it is that sort of sacrifice, by acting and giving from your heart with gratitude. And it's also said it's about setting it free. You have the butterfly here, so instead of do all the chasing after all the gold, after all of the gold, metaphorically or literally speaking, it's very much about giving something from yourself. So, like, if it's your time you feel is precious, then spend some of your time helping others, or spend some of your time in other ways, you know, to give back to the community, to give back to the universe, and do it in gratitude, you know, in and with gratitude. Then it will come tenfold back, so to speak. At least you will get so much more back, and you will find out that you have more time than you will ever wish for instance, if it is the time. And we have the moon over here, where we see the full moon here, and probably here, as is today, the new moon, where we cannot see where it is. And we have when it's beginning and different phases. And for me, she represents the moon goddess, and we have the movement in the skies and the clouds, and we have the waters, and we have the circular movement. And it is all about the changes and the cycles of life. Of course, it's a cycle of the moon, but it's also, and how it influences life on earth, the ocean that rise and flows, and many people's moods and stuff, and many people's sleep, and you know, it influences us a lot. And it's not that, it's quite natural actually, because we as human beings are mostly water, and water are drawn. So of course there's some sort of influence. Maybe we notice, maybe we don't, maybe we are in flow with it in a good way, maybe it just disturbs our sleep and our thoughts, and you know, different sort of ways. But no matter how it influences you, then when the card is here, the moon card is here, especially when it's with the rainbow and the medicine and the sacrifice upright, it's very much about looking at yourself and see, okay, lately, have I been too much outgoing, too much outward, and forgetting to look inward and taking care and time for myself? Or maybe the other way around, have I been too much closed up, too much hiding in my own space, so to speak, and too little outgoing, too little in contact and interaction with other people? Have I been too much in one of the poles here? And if you could say yes to that, yeah, I might have been a bit. And of course, it's individual what is too much for you. You know what it is by, you know, be honest to yourself. Go into your heart, go into yourself and feel which, what is your truth here? What is your truth here? What is your true answer to this question? Because it's very much about the balance of the cycles of life. It's very much about, if you've been feeling that you've been too much out, now it's time to go within instead. And if you've been too much closed up, then it's time to once more go out into the world. And that's the case. This could be the way to do it, you know. Acknowledge with gratitude, yeah, I have had the possibility of taking this time for myself and recharge, and now I'm ready to go out into the world and share my life and what I've learned with those around me, you know, and use what I have to give to help myself and others. Or the other way around, if it's been too much outgoing, then taking the time to be grateful for, I have been able to give all this, I've been able to do all this, and I've accomplished all the things, but now is the time for me to take care of myself a bit. Now is the time for me to retract just a little bit, reload my batteries. And then the sacrifice, you know, the metaphorical sacrifice will be the time with your friends, the time doing what you also think is fun, maybe, you know. But then that would be the set, and and then you can send the thought out with gratitude to say, I have been so happy, of course with your own words, I've been so blessed and so happy that I've been able to do all these things, and now I'm so happy and blessed that I'm able to regenerate and take this time for myself, so I once more can fulfill the cycle and begin anew, you know, and start next time maybe something new, you know, and be able to spread my wings like the butterfly once more, maybe in the same area in new ways or in new areas. And yes, the rainbow card in the middle, as I said before, when it's in medicine mode, it's about acknowledging and noticing what you have within yourself, within your life, within your close surroundings and your close, the people close to you, you know, instead of chasing of, this other job, my neighbor, my, you know, if I just got this car, just got this job, you know, then I would feel happy, then I would be more something you are striving for. This card is saying, no, that's not it, not now. Now is it about recognizing and finding it in yourself. And to do that, especially if you've been very outgoing, it might be time to, you know, be the new moon a little bit yourself. Take a little bit time for yourself and then slowly come back when you feel ready for it, you know. Sacrifice all that outer noise for a little bit and be grateful for the opportunity you have to feel your heart and growth from within, you know. So this is very much about life cycles and honoring yourself and where you are, and acknowledge, not just honoring, but also acknowledging that you have it, all the beauty, all the riches within yourself. You know, and sharing that, and giving some of that, some of that is precious to you. Maybe it is some of your knowledge, maybe it's some of your time, and share that and give that up for others and to the universe and for others to share with you too. That is what this reading is all about. Is there anything else here today? No, there's not anything else here. So I think that is it for today, and I'm going to wish you a lovely day and hopefully see you in another reading. Bye for now. Hi, and welcome to those of you who chose card and pile number 2. So let's see, for you we have the soul retrieval in the medicine mode, we have the hunter, and we have the ancient ones. And for you I'm getting it's a story to tell, a story that begins here with the soul retrieval card and continues through the hunter card, and sort of ends up here at the Ancient Ones, combined a little bit with the Hunter card, depending on where you are on your journey. And how far things can develop, because sometimes things really happen sort of quantum leaps, especially when we do things that have we need to do and maybe even have been needed to do for some time. And I will come back to that. That is a soul retrieval card in the medicine mode, because that's very much about taking a look at where you are in your life and taking, maybe even look back a bit, and ask yourself, in what situations, and especially when and in what situations have you been compromising what you truly believed in to be true, and have you been compromised too much? Not that life is not about compromising sometimes. Of course it is, because we're different, and in order to be here we cannot just, trample ourselves, but it's also important the other way around, that we do not compromise ourselves away, so to speak. It's important that you do not compromise so much that you lose too much of yourself, that you change yourself into being someone that you can hardly recognize, for the worse, not for the better, and feel, oh, I've changed into this better version of me. And the code word here is version of me, so this card is very much about finding out when and where, and when did I compromise so much that I sort of lost something of me, that I felt this was truly wrong. This is not just about a compromise. This is about holding myself back, letting other people, hold me back, and all that kind of stuff in that area. So think back, feel back. Maybe you already know it when I am saying these things. And this card is asking you to vow to yourself never to compromise your integrity again. Never to compromise your integrity again. It's not about never compromising. It's about never compromising so much that you're holding yourself back, and you're really changing what you believe in, and so this is wrong, and then you do it anyway, because for the compromise and for the peace, or for whatever reason, when it is, it deep within yourself, it deep within yourself, and for you to be able to take back your soul, to make this soul retrieval. It's enough now. It's enough about the compromising too much. Okay? And that is the first step for you to do. That is absolutely the first step. Maybe you already began doing it, and then, yes, good on you, just keep on the good work. Then, the next step, when you have found out this, and vow to yourself, never again, no more, nope, I've been there, done that, that's the end of that, new chapter, new book, however you say it to yourself. Then the next is that you have the capability to rely on your own skills, because maybe you have been doing all this compromise because you have been feeling, how can I do this alone? Maybe now it's because you have done too much compromising, that you no longer believe in yourself to be able to find your own way and step and and living your own life the way that it's supposed to be lived, and go in the direction that deep inside that this feels right for you. But you can. You got the Hunter card, and you've got the Hunter card in the middle. It's not just the next step. It is also in the middle, and this position is important in this. It's about what to do here and now. It's about listening to your intuition and following the tracks that you can see, feel, sense, hear, that you know you're being nudged, you know, if you, how can I explain, if you believe in angel numbers, for instance, then if you see certain number or series of number, then, and you believe, no, I've supported here, or this means that I'm strong, this means don't go there, or go this, that is a way of for instance. Or if you see certain animals or some feathers, and if you see signs in that, then now is the time to listen to those kind of signs. Now is the time to ask for those signs in a way you can understand them, so you can see them and follow them, and so you can make your own path. So you once more can steps in your own path and making your own map for your own life, instead of following other people's maps for you, especially when you know that is not for me, but you have been doing it anyway, maybe to protect yourself, maybe because you didn't know any better, or any other reason. It doesn't really matter, because now you have promised yourself no more, never again, been there, done that. Okay, so now you are embarking onto a new journey, the journey that you began even before you came into this world this time around. And you are so capable of doing it. So it's important, because you also have the ancient ones. So you're supposed to make your own. You have the connection. You have the connection to the universe, to all the one that has been before, to the collective. You have the connection to the collective. You can tap into it for guidance. And we all do that in different ways. And maybe it's so long time ago that you have forgotten how. Then the hunter is also your way back to find, what is my way? What is your way? So you can ask yourself, what is my way to reconnect? And to feel that I too have that energy of the ancient ones within me, or at least connected to them. And by that, having their knowledge in reach for you. The road are there already. There's so many roads for you to choose from. But when you got the hunter card, you know, the hunter tracks the animals and see which animal has been here. This broken branch, is it a bear, is it a fox, or is it a human being, or maybe just the wind, you know. He can differentiate between the different signs. And so can you with the hunter card. You are able to find or re-find your own path once more. So you once more can take the steps that you are here to take this time around. Because you are here to live your own life. You're not here to live a life that other people are giving and saying, this is best for you. I know this would be so much you. If it feels wrong for you, or at least if it, then it's not. And also if it does not feel right for you, you can feel neutral about it and thinking, well, maybe it's not just going to cut it with this hunter card, okay? Especially when you have had this soul retrieval card. You're supposed to be here to refinding and finding your own path and living your own life as you feel that is right for you. And you have it within you. And you have the connection to the ancient ones, the ones that were before you, the collective, the universe, the high ones, the ones that are connected to the stars. You know, you have that within you. to trust within yourself. If you've already done that, then you're just continuing finding your own step. You are so much encouraged to do that. If you're still in this process, then keep on going and know that this is the right thing to do. It's important that you retrieve yourself and find yourself again and step out from the shadow of other people and step into your own light and draw your own map to follow. And you have the support and you have the connection to the ones that came before. All of them. Even if it's some of your own recent ancestors. Them too. Okay? Them too. But especially, you know, the ones that were here many, many years ago. The ones that were here, built some of the ancient civilizations and understood how the world moved in cycles in other way, in a whole different ways that many of us are still to grasp. Okay. Is there anything else here? No. Nope. So I'm going to wish you a nice day and a lovely journey and a nice remapping your own life, and hopefully see you in another reading. Bye for now. Hi, and welcome back to those of you who chose card and pile number 3. I'm going to adjust a little bit. So, and for you, we got these 3 cards: the Lightning in medicine mode, and completion, and Luminous Warrior also in medicine mode. For this reading, even though they are one, they are also part of a story, sort of beginning with this one combined for itself, combined with, and also combined with this one, and this one for itself, but also combined with this one, and then again this one for itself and also combined with them all. Let's see if I can get some head and tail into all of this. Yeah, of course I can. It's more if I can explain it in English, because I understand it, and I can explain it in Danish, and it's not just about the translation, because sometimes it's something about choosing of the word, and both choosing of which words to use and how and how to put them together, that makes the sense, that paints the picture of the feeling in the feel of the reading, and how in the feel of the reading. So I'm going to begin with the middle, because that might be a bit easier to explain. So first here we have the completion, and we have this with the symbol with the snake eating itself, and reminds me a little bit of a wheel, and it's all, so it can be the medicine wheel in the Indian, in some traditions, and it can be the wheel of fortune in other traditions. But anyway, it is a cycle, and we have completed one cycle and are ready to begin a new. We have this heart in the center, in the middle of it all. So it's real important to acknowledge that something is completed, and you're not supposed to go round and round and taking the same class over and over again, so to speak. And that is also what the lightning in the medicine mode are telling you. The lightning in the medicine mode are telling you that that you are gifted. We all are, but it's about, you are gifted with the ability of being aligned with your passion and in harmony with being and living here on earth. That is what you are gifted with from the beginning. And you might be in a place where you feel, well, not really, or this is just pleasant because you have this completion and it is all nice, and maybe you feel that not so nice, but just going round and round and round and not being able to break out of it. But then you are asked to, because the lightning, you are asked to being open, you're being asked to be open to receive. Because the lightning card in the medicine wheel has come, it's a little bit of like the tower in tarot, and still not just as much. It's time to acknowledge that you are here with a purpose. And it's time, if you have strayed away for whatever reason, maybe because it feels pleasant and or maybe because you didn't know how to, or maybe you think you are in the right place, but then you feel sort of stuck going round and round, so many things. But now it's time to do something else and begin the next cycle. And if you're not about to begin the next cycle yourself, then something from the outside probably will come and help you do that. And that help is not always in ways we wish for, but it can be necessary. So that is why you also got the completion card, to tell you, hey, you have learned this and you got this, all is fine. So it's a very good idea to begin the next cycle. And it's also, it is a new moon right now, so the energy of something new. Well, it probably might be new moon when you watch this, but anyway, the energy is there. So if you have chosen to watch this at the point, then that energy is important for you at the time where you are in your life, right here and right now. Okay? That's the synchronicity of things. That is important to remember. The lightning is so much energy. And it can really, it can restart things that have been sort of stuck. Okay? It can also kill if it hits too hard. But anyway, there's so much energy. And this is not about the lightning hitting too hard. This is about the energy there in the light. All this energy that is accumulated in it, that is coming to help you. Is coming to help you move on, taking the next steps. So if you do, either consciously or subconsciously or unconsciously, planning to go another circle, the same round, around, around again, then this will probably feel like, a shock. But you now, because you're watching this, you got the opportunity to take things in your own hand and say, okay, I get it. It's nice, but it's time. The energy is here now to begin something new. Here in the Western Hemisphere, it's also springtime. That's also, new things, blossoms and flowers, and come to growth after it has been dormant for a while. New things come, So one cycle has ended and another is about to begin. And if you haven't taken the steps yourself to begin that cycle, then you probably will be more or less forced to, in some way, in some areas of your life. So you once more can get in to where you are, to your path, to your true path. I'm not saying that you might have strayed on purpose. Very few of us do that on purpose, and that's often valuable learnings in doing so. So it's probably okay anyway. But now is really the time. Now there are some completion, and now's the time to begin something new. And please do it by yourself. Take steps from yourself. Let's get to this luminous warrior. That is also on the other way around. I am in the medicine mode. I am going to read a little bit from the book because I find it's describes it so beautiful, and it's about the essence of the beauty of the luminous warrior in itself, whether or not it's in invitation mode this way around or the medicine mode this way around. The luminous warrior has no enemies in this world or the next. He is impeccable in word and deed. He focuses on his light rather than on what hides in the dark. He focuses on the light rather than what hides in the dark. And remember, that is regardless how this card is turned. And he also casts no shadow, so he is as radiant as the sun, and can, with his energy, transform his most terrible enemies into his allies. Because his power comes not from the sword, but from speaking his truth at all cost. One more time. The luminous warrior's powers comes from speaking his truth at all cost, at all times. And there are of course different ways to speak that truth. It can be in aggressive ways, with you might be prone to with the card this way around. It can sometimes be difficult here on earth for most of us to remember to speak from our heart, especially if it's something that are, really important for us, and we feel that someone is doing something wrong either towards us or some principles or someone we love. That could be very, very difficult, no doubt about that. But you know what? That circle you might have completed, that can be, how to do that. You now know how to, you have been in that mode where you have done all these things, and now you have learned how to speak to your heart, from your heart, regarding the situation. Of course, it's easier to do what you've always done because it's safe and, but for this guy here, he's asking of you to, if you're prone to act from anger and frustration, then he's now asking of you to stop that. Stop acting from a place of anger, because that will harm you at least as much as it harmed the other person, probably even more, because you have the anger and the hurt within yourself and feel that anger sitting and ruminating within you, around your heart and lung area, and maybe even further down, and it will sometimes, it can damage way much than we think, way much more than we think. Not just our mood and stuff. We can feel stressed, we can get more tensions, we can get ulcers, we can get difficulties to breathe. If it's too often, too much, it can set itself within our bodies in different ways that are unhealthy for us. And he's telling you, you know how to act in other ways. So please stop acting from a place of anger, because it will damage yourself and it will damage your relationships with the ones that you love. At least it will hurt them, And that is probably not what you truly want. So he's asking of you to listen within your heart and find the truth within your heart, how to speak your opinion, how to get your message out, whether you agree or disagree, or no matter how you feel about a given situation. He's asking of you to go within your heart, find the light within, and you know what? You have it within you. You have been the other place, you have done that. Now it's time to a new cycle where you use all this energy to help you be as radiant as a luminous warrior, and speak from your heart. Because when we speak from our hearts, then no matter the message, it will be listened to in another way than if we speak from anger or hurt or hurt. People's ears will stay open, their hearts will stay open, and we will be able to meet each other heart to heart and come, and by that only not just help ourselves but also each other. Not, he's reminding you that it is not the time for battling. It is not, it is not the time for arguments with anger in your voice and harsh words. It's not the time for shouting. It's a time for speaking your truth from your heart and acknowledging what you feel and take that to the table from your heart, and listen with your heart too. That way you will be more able to see where the other person comes from, if it's, person to person situation. Because the strife, the arguments, the hurt will only lead to this lightning bolt shocking you. In some way, maybe just a little one. But the main goal here is to harness the energy of the lightning. Step into new steps, beginning new circles. And here we once more have the heart in the center, because the heart is the important thing here. The heart's energy, and the heart's mind, and the heart's soul. One circle is completed and another one is about to begin. So lay aside what no longer serves you and step willingly into a new circle from your heart, listening, talking, and living from your heart. Then your light, then you will be more prone to shine your light. You'll be more prone to stop arguing. You'll be more prone to stop hating. You'll be more prone to stop feeling the fear and the anger and the frustrations. It will be way more easy to shine your own light and meet other people from a place of your heart with light. And then, you know what? Then things will happen in totally different ways, because when people feel they are heard, when people feel that you listen to them, that you meet them, that you see them, that you understand them, even though you might not agree with them, that's not the point. But if they feel that you listen, what you can hear what they are saying, and understand it at some point, and acknowledging whether or not you agree or not, then they too will lower their guards and probably stop their more aggressive choice of words and aggressive way of talking and acting. And then you can all meet each other from a different place, where you shine your light from your heart and you are letting them shine their light from their heart. And then you will be this luminous warrior then you will have stepped out from this, because you've been there, you've done that, you know how to argue, you know how to win an argument, you know, probably in one way or another. But this is not a competition. This is not about winning. This is about speaking from your heart, living from your heart, and shining your light from your heart. And be that true luminous warrior that you probably are at some point. And warriors are not just fighting and arguing and war. No, 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 no. Luminous warrior, that's about peace. That's about shining light from the heart in the center. Completed one circle, beginning on new. And what better time, if you haven't already begun, to stop yourself before you snap at someone and say, okay, what is going on here? What is I'm going to say here, and how can I say it from my heart? And then do that instead. And then watch the miracles happen, little by little maybe, or maybe even like quantum leaps, or both, you know, or everything in between, and everything in between also, because that is life. And you have an important part, an important role in it. So honor yourself, honor life, honor the light and the energy, and honor your heart, and shine from your heart, and be that luminous warrior yourself. Yeah, that's it for now. I just checked, nothing else here for now. So I find this is so strong. I really can, when I speak of it, I can really feel this heart energies, you know, and the warmth of spreading, and like, whoa, I just, you know, come on, spread the lights, you know, light up yourself, light up your heart, light up your surroundings, and others will follow you. Let other people see your light, be your light, okay? Yeah. Yeah, be your light, show your light, and speak and act from your heart. So now there's only left for me to say, have a wonderful day, and remember to shine your light. Shine your heart's light. Bye for now, and hopefully see you in another reading.